Hi everybody, I'm Decobra. Wow, it's been so long since I've made a video. That's better. Um, so, oh my god, I really did forget how to do this. Oh my god, I forgot how to speak. Okay, so I can do this. The reason why I have been away for so long is because I have been pregnant. I didn't expect my pregnancy to get in the way of my YouTubing, but there were definitely some symptoms that just didn't agree with me. I dealt with nausea and vomiting. And when I wasn't dealing with the vomiting, I was dealing with dry heaving, so that's great. The worst part for me was that I couldn't go back to gym. I was just too sick to work out. And it sucks. It sucked a lot. Excuse me. Okay, let's try again. There were I had a lot of food aversions. So ground beef, which I once enjoyed eating, I no longer even wanted to smell. It was so bad that when I one day came down into the kitchen and one of my family members was there cooking ground beef, I was immediately like, oh no, oh no, oh no, get it away, get it away. Well, it was, okay, granted, it wasn't that dramatic, but you kind of get the hint. In addition to the nausea and the vomiting, I also dealt with a lot of dizziness and lightheadedness. That was definitely a symptom that I did not expect. It got so bad that I could barely look at a screen. I could barely look at a monitor. So if I needed to, do something for work, which by the way involves sitting in front of a computer all day, you could imagine how tough it was to get anything done. I was basically staring at the monitor like this. It almost became a hobby. A not so fun one. Is there such thing? Anyway, the nausea and the vomiting and the dizziness, I will never forget. There were times when it pushed me to the point of delirium. I visited Super Mario World, but none of these items worked. One Up mushrooms, they don't cure nausea. Granted, the Invincible Star did protect me from my enemies, but as I was mowing everybody down, I was puking along the way, so that didn't work either. This mushroom makes Mario bigger, right? I mean, I tried it. Unfortunately, the nausea was still there, and I think the only other thing that this thing changed was my bus line and the fire flower. I have no idea why I thought this would help me with my symptoms, because all it did was give me a second-degree burn. So, yeah, that didn't work either. Once I hit the second trimester, things did get a little bit better. I mean, it still wasn't perfect. I still despised ground beef. Every time I saw ground beef, I was like, kill it with fire, shoot it with a gun, whatever it takes, just destroy it. I don't want it around me. I don't want it to exist on the same planet as me. It didn't seem like a big ask at the time. The ground beef was just the beginning. As the pregnancy kept going, I eventually developed an aversion to all meat. Chicken, turkey, fish, any meat you can think of. I despised it and wanted to kill it, even though it's already dead. The nausea and the vomiting, the dizziness, all of that began to subside. So I was slowly able to look at monitors again. I was still a little woozy and a little bit weary. So I still didn't feel ready to make any YouTube videos at that time. So I decided, you know what, since I have some strength back, and since I'm able to slowly start looking at monitors again, I am going to use that time to just play video games for fun, not record anything, just relax, stay positive about the pregnancy, not worry about anything. So, with that said, I played the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played Tales of Berseria and Tales of Zestiria. I'm a huge JRPG fan. I also played Octopath Traveler. For those of you who don't know what Octopath Traveler is, it's a traditional JRPG with turn-based combat, and I believe it had a total of it had a total of 8 characters. You can choose which character to begin with, but regardless of which character you pick, you basically go through the game going through that character's story arc, all while recruiting the other 7 characters. So with that said, pregnancy did give me a lot of weird dreams. While I was playing Octopath Traveler, there was one night where I dreamed that I wanted a Subway sandwich and I had to recruit 7 other people just to order it. So one person asked for tomatoes on the sub, another person asked for lettuce, and then the third person asked for olives. Why did I need 7 more people just to order a sandwich? During my third trimester, I was still able to lift weights. I was able to deadlift, I was able to do squats, I was able to do a bunch of other things. But for the life of me, my my belly protruded so much that I could not tie my own shoes and I could not put on my own socks. In addition to that, my feet were completely swollen and very disproportionate to the rest of my body. But to make a long story short, the birth itself was fine. I had the epidural, so I didn't feel a thing. But once the epidural wore off, which was about a couple of hours after the baby was born, that is when the pain set in. I couldn't sit down. It hurt to stand up. Using the bathroom felt like an Olympic sport at that point. At this point in time, I am still learning how to be a mom for an 11-week-old. So with that said, I still don't know exactly when I will officially be back to the YouTube grind, when I will officially post another video in addition to this one. I mean, I hope it will be soon, but it really just depends on how soon I can figure out a schedule with my kid. Ideally I could put him down for a nap and then make a video, but sometimes he takes long naps and sometimes he takes short naps. So imagine my kid being in the pack and play right behind me, and then me talking to you guys like I am right now, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you start hearing, "Wee, wee, wee." That was a terrible baby imitation. It does help that I can calm him down most of the time. Changing his diaper, feeding him, burping him in case he's got gas, reading Alien vs. Predator to him. For those of you who did reach out to me asking how I was doing, if I was okay, when am I going to go back to the YouTube grind, I admit it all caught me by surprise. I'm just a small YouTuber, like I'm not PewDiePie, I'm not any other big time YouTuber that you can think of. Why can't I think of any others right now? Oh my god, I'm sleep deprived. I'm just a small fish in this really big ocean called YouTube. So I was definitely surprised when I had a handful of you actually check up on me and to see how I was doing. And, you guys know who you are. So I just wanted to say thank you to those of you who actually reached out to me. And for those of you who didn't, well, I got one thing to say to you. Hi. I think I've talked enough. Now you have a much better idea as to why I've been away for so long. But like I said, I hope to get back soon. In addition to the Dead Space Let's Play, I am also going to be slowly working on some new material as well. So hopefully you guys will find that endearing, if not amusing. Until then, have a great rest of the day. Stay warm, stay cool, stay healthy, just stay comfortable. And I hope to see you guys as soon as possible. Bye. Hi again. I hope my humor helped make your day. If it did, then do please let me know by liking the video. And if you want me to thank you personally, or if you want to talk about any milestones that you've achieved, you can leave a comment on this video as well. Lastly, do you want YouTube to let you know whenever I have a new video? If you do, the most convenient way to make that happen is to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to hear from you.